Bruce Willis, one of the most beloved actors in Hollywood history, continues to face a devastating battle that has captured the hearts of millions around the world. For decades, Bruce represented toughness, wit, emotional warmth, and a unique blend of action hero charisma that defined an entire era of cinema. But behind the cameras, away from the blockbuster roles and the legendary one-liners, a different reality has unfolded, one filled with love, pain, devotion, and a brutal illness that spares no one. His daughter, Rumer Willis, has now shared a heartbreaking new update that reveals how far his condition has progressed, and her emotional words have left fans everywhere shaken. During a recent Instagram Q&A, a fan asked Rumer a question she admits she is confronted with constantly. "How's your dad doing?" It's a simple question on the surface, but behind it lies a complex, emotional, and painful truth. Rumer responded with honesty, openness, and the kind of raw vulnerability that has defined the Willis family since they first shared Bruce's diagnosis publicly. She explained that the question is complicated because anyone living with frontotemporal dementia, commonly known as FTD, is simply not doing great. It was a statement that immediately resonated with people around the world who have watched loved ones fade under the weight of dementia. In her words, she wrote that her father is doing okay for someone with FTD, but that the disease continues to progress. The health challenges grow, the decline continues, and the changes in Bruce's behavior, awareness, and communication become more visible. She said that these parameters change the way she views the situation, because the disease forces you to redefine what okay really means. However, despite the heartbreaking reality, Rumer expressed something that touched countless hearts. She is still grateful to hug her father, to feel his presence, and to experience moments of connection, even if he doesn't always recognize exactly who she is. One of the most powerful things she shared was the belief that he still recognizes love. He may not always recognize faces, names, or details, but the emotional connection, the warmth, the essence, remains. And that, to her, is everything. This recognition of love, even without memory, is something that families dealing with dementia often cling to as one of the last emotional bridges that remain intact. And Rumer's words reflected that fragile but profound truth. Bruce Willis was first diagnosed with aphasia in 2022, a condition that affects speech, communication, and the ability to understand or express language. For most people, this would be devastating. For an actor whose craft relies heavily on dialogue, timing, and emotional nuance, it was career-ending. The announcement of Bruce's retirement shocked the entertainment world. Fans, colleagues, and filmmakers shared tributes, memories, and messages of gratitude for a man whose career left an unshakable mark. But the following year, the heartbreak deepened. The family revealed that the aphasia was actually part of a larger diagnosis, frontotemporal dementia. Unlike Alzheimer's, which primarily affects memory first, FTD attacks the regions of the brain responsible for decision-making, behavior, personality, speech, and language. It's aggressive, cruel, and often progresses faster than other forms of dementia. It doesn't just change the mind, it changes the person. Rumer acknowledged that she can still see glimpses of her father's true self, little sparks of recognition, sudden expressions of emotion, or tiny moments that remind her of the man she grew up with. She shared that these moments are what she holds on to, especially now that her father is less verbal and less expressive than before. The spark may be smaller, but it still exists, and for her, that is a gift. One of the things she expressed the most gratitude for is that her daughter, 2-year-old Louetta, gets to spend time with her grandfather. Even if Bruce isn't able to fully interact the way he once did, the connection between generations brings comfort and meaning to the family. Rumer said these moments are precious, fleeting, and deeply cherished. This is not the first time Rumer has opened up about her father's decline. On Father's Day earlier this year, she posted a heartfelt message that broke hearts across the world. She wrote that she missed talking to her father, hearing his stories, and experiencing the warmth and humor he always brought into a room. She admitted that she longed for the father she once had, but that she remained grateful for every moment she could still spend with him, holding his hand, being in his presence, and feeling the love that has never faded. Bruce's wife, Emma Willis, has been a strong, steady force in the family during this painful journey. She has spoken publicly about the unique challenges of being a caregiver to someone with a degenerative neurological condition. Earlier this year, she revealed something deeply emotional. She made the difficult decision to move Bruce to a separate one-story home with full-time care. It was one of the hardest choices she had ever made, she said, because it meant acknowledging the severity of his condition. But she also shared that doing so allowed her to step back into the role of his wife, rather than being consumed entirely by caregiving responsibilities. Emma has also been vocal about the importance of educating the public on frontotemporal dementia, fighting stigma, increasing understanding, and supporting research. She continues to advocate for more awareness because FTD remains one of the least understood and most misdiagnosed forms of dementia. She and Bruce's ex-wife, Demi Moore, have shown remarkable unity, love, and cooperation. Together, the blended family stands strong. 5 daughters, 2 mothers, and 1 man they all deeply love. Just weeks ago, Emma and Demi attended a charity event in New York City dedicated to Bruce and to raising funds for FTD research. During the event, Emma stood before the crowd and said, "Bruce would have loved this. He always loved live music. I wish he could be here, but he's here in spirit." The emotional atmosphere of the event highlighted how many lives Bruce has touched, not just through his films, but through his kindness, generosity, and humanity. Understanding FTD is crucial to understanding the reality of Bruce Willis's condition. The disease affects the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, regions that control behavior, decision-making, emotional responses, personality, and language. As the disease progresses, individuals may experience changes in their personality, reduced empathy, difficulty speaking, loss of comprehension, and altered social behavior. Families often describe it as losing pieces of a loved one over time, while still seeing their physical presence. This emotional dissonance is one of the most painful aspects of the illness. Rumer's candid update allowed fans to understand that while Bruce is physically present, the version of him the public once knew is fading. And yet, the love within the family remains stronger than ever. She shared that she is learning, through this painful process, to redefine what connection means, what presence means, and what love means. Fans responded to Rumer's update with overwhelming support. Thousands left comments expressing sympathy, love, and gratitude. Many who have experienced dementia in their own families said her words made them feel seen and understood. Others shared their memories of Bruce, favorite movies, iconic scenes, and moments that shaped their childhoods. Bruce is more than a celebrity. He is a symbol of resilience, humor, and emotional depth. His characters were flawed yet brave, tough yet vulnerable, and always deeply human. And now, in real life, his family's honesty has revealed that same humanity. Even as Bruce's condition worsens, his legacy remains one of the strongest in Hollywood. Generations of movie lovers grew up with him. New generations continue to discover his work. His films still top streaming charts. His performances still go viral. Quotes from his movies still echo through pop culture. And his tenderness as a father, husband, and friend continues to inspire. Rumer's update reminded the world that dementia may change the brain, but it cannot erase love. She said she is grateful every time she can embrace her father, feel his warmth, and experience even a brief moment of clarity. These moments, she said, are treasures she holds tightly. The Willis family has shown extraordinary strength. They have embraced transparency not for attention, but for awareness. They have stood together, supported one another, and walked this painful journey with dignity and love. As Bruce Willis continues to battle frontotemporal dementia, the world watches with compassion, sadness, and gratitude for everything he has given. His family's courage in sharing updates has allowed fans to grieve with them, support them, and appreciate the fragility of life. Rumer's final message during the Q&A said everything. "I'm grateful for every moment I have with him." This statement reflects the essence of this story. In the face of a devastating illness, the Willis family continues to embody resilience, unity, and unconditional love. Bruce's spark may flicker, but it has not gone out. It remains alive in the hearts of those who love him, in the films he created, and in the memories shared by millions around the world. And as his daughter Rumer continues to share her journey with honesty and grace, millions continue to stand with her, with the entire Willis family and with Bruce himself. An action hero, a Hollywood legend, a devoted father, a loving husband, and a man whose spirit endures through every challenge.